Thanks for being here tonight, Mobile, and thanks for taking a little bit of time. This is going to be for
I know. You just said Mobile.
Yes, sir.
And I say Mobile, but I've heard people say mobile and stuff.
Mobile.
It's Mobile, right?
It's definitely Mobile.
And that's what I thought my whole life, but I heard like two people today
So
say,
we were talking about the gas station. Mobile.
yeah, like that. That's how they kind of said it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like a thing in a kid's,
Those are definitely people visiting.
I guess, yeah.
We do Mobile. Sometimes it comes out really slangy, like Mobile.
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 But it kind of depends on
Mobile.
Going
Yeah.
Mobile.
So hey guys, we're here at the Steeple tonight with Sister Hazel, and we're going to go ahead and get started and ask them a few questions. So Hazelnut Hang is coming up on June 2nd through the 4th. This will be your number 12.
How about
So,
that? A
dozen-
dozen, yeah, man. A dozen years of the hang. Yeah.
a dozen years of the hang. Takes place at the Isle of Palms in South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
So, besides being a very popular choice
Yeah.
for coffee creamer, what exactly makes someone a hazelnut?
A hazelnut. Well, they've sort of self-dubbed the community that are fans of the band Sister Hazel are hazelnuts. Now, I would say that there are some qualities to those people that are sort of universal. I think that they are all hardcore music fans. That they are very open to, they are very inviting to new people coming into the fold, inclusive instead of exclusive. They are fun-loving people, and they are super supportive, not just of the band, but of each other. I mean, we've had hazelnuts donate kidneys to other hazelnuts.
Literally.
Like literally,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, we have a couple people that are going through some health things right now, and the way they rally around each other from all over the country, it's remarkable. So that hazelnut community is one of a kind for sure.
But that was one that they took on themselves. That wasn't something we went, hey, we're going to start a fan club and it's called the Hazelnuts. They just, all of a sudden, it started coming up here and there. And
We're
we said,
hazelnuts. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
They're like Deadheads, but with, I don't know, less LSD.
are you sure?
Slightly less.
Yeah.
We wanted to call them sister heads, but they thought it was too weird.
Sister heads. Hazel heads.
Well, with that, is there anything that you want to say to any potential hazelnuts who might be
Yes,
out
if
there?
you've never come and seen this band, come for the band and stay for the fans, because it's all about all of us. It is the sum of the parts. Our live shows are really, we're really proud of the records that we've made over the years, but the live shows, the events that we have, like the Hazelnut Hang, we started a thing called the Rock Boat 18 years ago. 18 years ago
I
now.
thought you were going to say come for the band, stay for the nuts.
Stay for the nuts. Come for the band, stay for the nuts. That's not a good.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But it's a really remarkable experience to come down. People sing along all night, and our mission every night is that you leave feeling a little bit better than when you got here.
So, Lighter in the Dark, like your lucky number 13
Lucky
album,
number 13,
came out and has done really well as a country album.
yeah.
So,
It's done well as a lot of things. It was number 12 rock record. It was number 6 indie record and a number 4 country record. And I'm not saying that like, hey, I'm saying that because as
Why aren't we?
yay for us! I'm saying that because as a band, we always kind of felt like we blurred the lines. We're just sort of a southern music creature, we're storytellers. We have big harmonies and slide guitars, and there's elements of rock and elements of southern rock and elements of country, and all those things. And we always have just kind of, people go, what kind of music do y'all play? That's always been one of the hardest questions for us to answer. So it was
I
really
was just saying awesome.
awesome music.
Awesome music.
What kind of music?
Yeah.
That's awesome music. So it was really
Well, we're on the
gratifying.
awesome chart.
Oh, we were number one.
Number one.
Yeah, number one with Bullet Scale.
Going up.
Going up from number one. So it was very gratifying when people, Billboard, other people above our pay grade said that this landed in a lot of different places.
So is there anything that you did different with this album? Going into recording, anything special that you put into it? Or?
I think the biggest difference with this album, as we continue to grow as a band, is that we were collaborating with outside writers more than we ever had over the past. See, because there was also a big gap between studio records.
Yeah.
And so during that time, our writing took on a lot of different forms as well. And part of that, probably one of the biggest differences, was the collaboration with outside writers. And we've recorded our last, I don't know how many records up in Nashville. I actually signed a couple of writing deals in Nashville and had been up there writing a bunch, and these guys continue to make trips up to Nashville. And so a lot of that was up in Nashville. And let me tell you, you cannot outright that town. That town has some of the most talented singers and songwriters and guys that every day they wake up and go write songs for a living. And there's a reason why they Nashville has the reputation it does. There's just super talented people there, and so
in all genres too.
Yeah, in all genres.
It's great.
So not only did we co-write some songs up there, but we also had a number of songs pitched to us, probably a couple of hundred songs that were pitched to us as we were making this record, and a few of those kind of crept their way to the top of the list, and we were like, man, I think that this is something this band ought to do, and so that was new for us as well to do that. But as far as recording the record, we've done what we always have done, and that was we served the song. Whatever the song needed to have happen is kind of the direction we went in, and let the song have the reins, so to speak, on the production side of that. And fortunately for us, the country genre has gone from something that was fairly narrow to something that's fairly wide. And as the genre that we were in, which I don't even know what that was called anymore, as it disappeared, we suddenly were enveloped in this new, wider genre. And it's been awesome because country fans are loyal fans, and they're fans that come out to shows, they're fans that buy records, they're fans that truly enjoy the songwriting craft, and so it's been a really good thing for us.
And I think probably you guys are kind of like we are. We listen to songs. I don't care what you call it. We like songs, and good records, and good performances. And so, the labels never really got in the way of what I'm listening to in my car or what.
Yeah, these guys are definitely more like that. I mean, Ken's listening to Fall Out Boy and all these other things, and Ryan, you never know what he's going to be listening to in his headphones.
It's Raining Men, I think is the last.
That was the last one?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I usually go for hair first, and then
Right, if they have
if they have good hair, I'll give them a chance.
It's a good general kind of
General rule of thumb,
It
yeah.
doesn't always work,
Right.
does it, Ken?
How's their hair?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys have had longevity, so
And mine hair.
That's a while. Yeah.
What
Now
have
it's just eyebrows that have
Right.
you can pluck those out,
You can.
or have somebody.
We
You
have
got to
people
use
to do
both
that.
hands on some of them.
Right, we have people to do that now.
I'm sorry.
They're fine. They're totally fine. So, what have been some of your keys to that?
To longevity?
To longevity.
Not dying.
Yeah, not dying was the biggest one. I think for the band, look, we've always had our ups and downs and rough patches as a band and as a group. I think the biggest part was making it through those super low times when we were so burnt out that we were ready to rip each other's heads off. We made it through those times, and that took some very difficult decision making. I remember one of the biggest things I look back at about some things that saved this band. And one, I don't know if you guys will all agree with this, but one that blows my mind is that when we came off the road in 98 or 99, 99, we were all fried. I mean, fried. We had been, this is like our second or third year in a row that we've been on the road for over 300 days a year.
And 250 for a couple before that.
And so we came off the road, and right when we were about to take a break, when we were all literally wanting to kill each other, Aerosmith offered us 18 shows or something like that, 13 shows or something. And if we had done that, we didn't do it. Which to this day I go,
Which they tells you
Aerosmith.
we needed a break.
Yeah, but if
I think
we
we
hadn't
had
done that,
fans
we might have taken a nosedive. So,
I'll say that we're like brothers, and so we were a bunch of college kids partying a lot, and we had to kind of find our way and learn how to trust each other, and that doesn't come overnight. That comes with time, and that comes with everybody being back on their heels at some point, and everybody else getting to step up from time to time. But honestly, a lot of bands implode, and I think what I'm proud of all the guys in this band is that we would hit those problems head on. He's pretty good at that. Sometimes I'll dance around things a little bit, but if there's if there's an elephant in the room, we're going to talk about it now. We're not going to let it fester for a long time. We're going to figure out.
and on the other side of that, we've also learned if something's bothering me, back then it would have been, I have to address it. Like if it's bothering me right this second, I have to figure it out. But now it's like, we all kind of sit back and go, you know what, man, am I going to, in 45 seconds from now, am I going to care about that? Probably not. And we actually did a good job of deciding, look, in 6 months, is that decision going to matter to me?
Right.
Well, then, if it matters more to Ryan, then I'm going to let Ryan take that one. If Barris, you know, it depends on what it was, but we all kind of decided that,
We have disagreements now, but we don't have fights.
yeah. And
Like
now
we used to
it's-
fight, I mean, like, it was brutal, like setlist.
yeah.
You can't put that song before that song, that's a horrible idea, you're an idiot, you know. That was such a waste of energy.
I think
But
so.
And plus I was right, and it's so hard to be around guys
That are
that
wrong.
are wrong all the time.
I think something that we forget about and take for granted is that there's a lot of luck involved. I mean, we got lucky. We actually are a band that genuinely, we like each other and we're friends.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many bands we've met that they just don't like each other. They don't get along. They
We
don't
laugh
like each
a
other
lot.
as people.
We
And
do laugh a lot.
that's huge. I mean, you don't want to spend your whole life with people that you feel are negative, you know,
Nellies.
influence on you. And we've always supported each other. We've always, humor's a big thing. We share the same sense of humor.
Which is usually disgusting.
And sarcastic.
And yeah, I mean, and we just, I think we forget about it, but we got lucky for sure.
Yeah.
We're lucky we found each other.
Yes, we.
It's you know, longevity we just talked
Yeah.
about. So I assume this isn't your first time to play in a church.
No, there have been a couple of occasions where we've played, but this is a very, very cool venue. And I know it's just kind of getting started and rolling, but this place has potential. It's got a lot of cool little spaces and rooms.
It is cool.
But the main room right there has a lot of potential to be just a great venue. And Mobile is lucky to have a space like this right now.
It's mobile.
It's Mobile. Mobile.
It's mobility.
Mobility.
Yeah.
We've been coming here for a lot of years, man. Mardi Gras stuff and
It's not
Played at
true.
O'Daly's about 2 years ago.
yeah, Soul Kitchen and festivals, Bay Fest, we did that a couple times and
That's not true.
what?
Ken lies.
That's a liar. That's not true. Oh, that's another thing that helps us. I lie. Everything we said. Yeah.
It's all
Everything
lies.
I've said today.
Anything that somebody's
Remember,
remembered.
lies.
That's not true.
Where is it?
Yeah.
So in December, you guys did a live DVD unplugged from Daryl's House Club.
Mhm.
What was it like working with Daryl at such a cool location?
Well, you know, the space is great. The people were great. The guy, the engineer, what was that guy's name? Mark?
Here,
Peter.
Daryl,
Yeah.
Daryl.
It's Daryl's house.
Uh,
And all the Daryls are there. Daryl from Walking Dead.
Daryl Strawberry.
Daryl Strawberry was there.
yeah, Daryl and his other
The first
cousin,
baseball
Daryl.
player I ever saw on TV was Daryl Strawberry.
Daryl
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first image of a baseball field, it was like Daryl Strawberry.
There you go.
I'm gonna party with that guy.
He stopped.
Yeah, he stopped. We missed that window, I think. But the thing about that Daryl's Clubhouse up there is that it's music lovers. It was art. We walked in that room and it was like, this is what we love. I mean, everyone in there was, you know, you could tell stories, you could get that good energy, and the production was great. So we had a great time up there. The record came out great.
So Sister Hazel Williams
Yeah,
passed away last year,
she did.
for whom you guys were named. So you probably get, you know, where'd your name come from?
Yeah.
But I think it's appropriate to ask, what inspired you originally to use that name as your own?
Well, we were looking for something that
Thank you for the way that you asked that.
you asked that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, now she framed it really well. Yeah, it was nice. Now
that
he's
was-
going to give you a 30-minute answer. I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be back in a little.
we
You wouldn't have missed anything.
I'll try to be brief about that, but I love that lady. We all love her very much, and we were looking for something that represented unconditional regard for everybody, and we're all kind of community-oriented guys, and you know, we were looking for all kinds of different names. Andrew wanted to use Matchbox 20, and he said, "That's a stupid name.
That'll
No,
never work.
But we talked about Sister Hazel because she embodied in our town. She worked with the homeless and the less fortunate, and regardless of religion or race or education or finances, she gave us a safe one place to get back on your feet. And we thought that spirit meant a lot. Now, I didn't know she was even around anymore. We kind of looked for her. We'd already been a band a year and a half or so, and she called up, said she had been in Haiti and Belize running missions, and came back to town and saw her name up on every club, pub, coffee house, pizza parlor. Wanted to know what we were all about, so we met her. We gave her a little bit of money all the way until the end of her life for her causes, which was primarily feeding the hungry. The last mission she had was working with the children of the incarcerated, and we also got a $50,000 award from 5 Hour Energy Drink that we kind of hooked up that she was able to use for some of her causes. And she's a neat lady, and we're still trying to carry that towards a little bit. Our halo's a little bit crooked, but we loved her, what she did, and we hope that we brought some good publicity to her as well.
And she loved you. Anyway.
She loved us anyway, no doubt about it, no matter what.
So you guys are competing in a 100-mile relay called the Keys 100 Ultra Marathon to raise money for the Cancer Foundation. I want to know who's going to win. Who's going to win here?
Well,
It's not.
yeah, they're going to carry us.
Well, it's not. We're not competing like against ourselves within the band. Like the band is competing against other teams, but really we're not really competing. We're just trying to finish at this point. So I was kind of the runner in the band who had done some other races and done some halves in the marathon. And
We've had the runs. But
okay. So
He's 50. That's
the Keys 100 is actually 3 individual races. There's a individual 100-mile race, there's a 50 individual, and then there's a 100-mile relay. And I was going to enter last May the 50-mile race because I wanted to see how far I could push myself. And Jet here had a couple friends down in the South Florida area that had done the race, and he had the crazy idea that we were going to convince these guys down there to run 100 miles. And he said, yeah, let's do it, we'll get them. And so a month passed, another month passed, and we hadn't really gotten any takers yet. And then basically just put a gun to their head and said, you're doing this or else.
That is not fair because I was all about it. I didn't come up with the idea, but I was on board right off the bat.
I don't know about that.
I was not.
I was not.
Are you really? That's really how y'all are going to go down?
Yeah, you know, the important part is this thing.
We're doing it.
Now he's lying on camera.
Lies.
We've got 3 weeks until we race. May 20th is the race, and for a good cause.
I'm not
We're
doing it
gonna
now.
We're going to raise money for cancer research, and yeah, we've been training really hard for it. It's we've had a lot of challenges in our career, and this seemed to me like one that was a physical challenge, something totally different in our 20 years of being a band. And I saw that as an opportunity for us to have one more goal and one more thing to accomplish, and also kind of a cool thing to inspire other people, maybe some of the hazelnuts, or just, if we can get up out of the tour bus at, 5 in the morning and train on the road, and, maybe somebody else at home might be able to. And so, all those things just seemed like it was a win-win for us to go after this. And let me tell you, it has not been a fun process training. Mark loves running, but the rest of us have been, doing it for the goal. And it's tough. It's been tough, and it's going to be hard that day. But we're really excited about the opportunity and the challenge and overcoming that as a team.
One word: chafing.
And that's the Keys 100 Ultra Marathon coming up on May the 20th.
Yeah, Key Largo to Key West.
Key
And
Largo
then we
to
play a
Key
show
West.
down in Key West.
2 shows.
2 shows. Another word.
There's another word.
Don't do it. Just keep it to yourself.
All right, so last question. So, what kind of an easy one? I think. What kind of show can we expect tonight here at Steeple?
An adequate show.
If his caffeine buzz wears off, it's going to be really cool. But hopefully we'll make another pot of coffee.
Listen, if that's our bread and butter is a live show. So you can hear all those radio songs, all for yous and happies and change your mind, champagne, all that stuff. Mixed in with a lot of the new stuff, and people sing along from the first note to the last note at Sister Hazel show. It's just, let's talk about us in the third person. Let's do that.
A little bit.
Sister
Yeah.
Hazel will do a great show.
It's still the favorite. It's still our favorite part of what we do is getting up on stage and playing live. I think that's something that has always connected with an audience for us, is that we're genuinely having fun on stage. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some nights when one of us might not be having as much fun as the rest of us, but for the most part, the band has a lot of fun on stage playing live.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this is Sister Hazel. We're here at the Steeple tonight in Mobile, Alabama. These guys are going to be performing shortly, And thank you guys for being with us here.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Appreciate it. How do you do that, Steve?